Welcome back to Cheche here on Citizen TV. The Governor of Machakos County, His Excellency, Dr. Alfred Mutua, is our guest today. Now, if you read the news about Machakos and follow the county's development plans, and if you've been listening to him this morning, Dr. Mutua is all but walking on water from the plans that you've been outlining for us. And so things seem to be going well. But what would you say is not going so well for you?
Well, you know, people think that things are going well. By the time things are looking good, there's a lot of struggle. My county assembly members are very reasonable, but they're very tough. For me to get my budget passed, it was an area of negotiations. But it's the style we use that is different. Instead of shouting and running and arguing in public, we sit down. We spent hours and hours debating. We spent hours going back and forth. So this style that we have adopted is what is working for us. So things are not all rosy. I mean, getting some things done, getting approvals, getting the national government agencies to shape up, and it's a lot of work.
Getting along with your senator?
I'm getting along with everybody. Maybe some people may not be getting along with me, but I get along with everybody because of the focus. The focus is not Alfred Mutua. The focus is not the senator.
No, Alfred.
The focus is the people of Machakos.
David?
Granted. What is the beef, if I may use that, between you and the Senator Mudama?
Actually, I'd like to know. Anybody who answers that question...
No. Of course, you're the recipient of his... You're the recipient.
No. Let me give you a historical...
Yeah, define it for us.
Let me give you a historical perspective.
Very quickly, so we can
when
make the best use of our time.
There are matters that are in court where I spelled out Honorable Mudama's expectations that, as he told me, that he is the kingmaker in Ukambani, and I should have
He's
gone
more
to
Mutisia.
Well, let me not put words in his mouth. He's a kingmaker. I should have knelt down and begged him or gotten his blessings before I ran for governor. I shouldn't have woken one day as a citizen of this country covered by the Constitution and say to run for governor. And furthermore, that I cannot be able to strike deals, you know, and those are things in court that I've put in my affidavit that I don't want to touch at this particular time. Honorable Mudama supported my competitor, Wavina Ndeti, publicly, everywhere. Wavina Ndeti lost, you know, greatly because the people of Machakos decided to choose me as their governor. Wavina Ndeti went to court. I have been told that Mudama actually bankrolled the court case to enable Wavina Ndeti to go. Now, when the day Honorable, my good friend Mutula Kilonzo died, the same day, Honorable Mudama was holding a function at Manzoni Lodge. That same morning, we had called my county reps to teach them how to impeach Governor Mutua. I have not even done anything yet. We just got into office. We have not even started making decisions or doing anything. How to impeach. So you see, this has a historical basis. It is not based on what I have done or what I have not done. I think it is based on the issue of change. I represent a new way of doing things, not a traditional way of doing things. I represent a different loyalty. My loyalty is first to the people of my county and to the people of Kenya. The children sleeping hungry, the mothers who are desperate for water, the fathers who are giving hope. That is, but I don't think that is the priority.
That's all you see between you, that it's political, basically, arising from...
That is political because the Honorable Mudama and myself, if we sat here, we talk. We are not enemies. People think we are enemies. We are not enemies at all. We actually, he is my neighbor. He is my neighbor. We've sat down. I've gone to his place. We don't have,
Alfred, it has nothing to do with the consensus that you have, that you need with the agenda that you are putting together in Machakos. That is not exhaustively consultative. Are there questions around that?
For example, that's a very good question because what we did is this. Everything that we have done in Machakos, we've consulted to death, to use that expression. We've gone to the ground, consulted. We have 9 members of parliament, 8 elected members, 8 elected members per constituency, and 1 women rep. All of those 9 members of parliament are working with me. I have consulted them. We have gone on retreats. We have actually designed some of these things together. We've looked at those rules together. We have 60 members of the county assembly, 60 All of those members, we've held sessions, we've held retreats, we've gone through documentations. So everything that we are doing in Machakos, we are consulting. If Honorable Muthama
are they all
chooses,
unanimous? The numbers are
all,
okay, but you need to capture. I just want to capture the kind of consensus that is emerging.
Yes.
Is there resistance? Is there a challenge to some of these things? But the majority are winning, because it has to be. It can't be unanimity of the grave. Everybody's jumping along.
It is unanimity in the sense that we don't look at every challenge as a problem.
Okay.
So whenever we have our ideas and any person has a challenge, we tweak it to solve that problem. Okay. So a challenge. So if all the 9 members of parliament within Machakos County, if all the 60 members of the county assembly are all saying we are working with Governor Mutua, he has consulted us, we've sat down. If Honorable Muthama refuses to come for consultative meetings, if he refuses to come for our sessions, if he refuses even for an invitation to my office, what am I to do? It is not my fault.
Okay, let's not spend too much time on this issue, but still on the issue of public consultation.
Yes.
Wambo in Nairobi asks, Governor Mutua has good ideas for Machakos County. Challenge is that there is no public participation, disputing what you've been telling us. Were residents involved when decisions were made to give out their land for free? What are the terms of engagement? Remember, Machakos boundary extended to parts of Nairobi, but was pushed back due to politics. Is this a continuation of the same?
No. Machakos is in Machakos. We are not extending the boundaries. So that is neither here nor there. But also, Mr. Wambua is writing from Nairobi. He needs to go and talk to his grandmother in the village. We've consulted them up to the sub-location level. That's how far we've done it. We are actually the only county in preparation of its budget that went all the way to the sub-location
level. Let's assume that is it. People will hold you to your word.
Yes,
I mean, time, of course, has a way of fixing these things. If people will come up and say they were never consulted, we can't argue. We don't come from Machakos. Just these are questions that are flying in the public. Let's look at it this way. These plans, are they just plans and that Alfred is a good communicator, or is there actually concrete stuff happening on the ground?
I'd like to invite you. I'd like to invite you.
Let me finish, Alfred.
Yes.
Because some of the things that need to be done to achieve the blueprint are quite elaborate. For example, you cannot get loans and grants without government or what they call a sovereign guarantee. So is this just plans in paper that we are being sold, or in fact you have acquired government support and some of the grants and loans that you're looking for investment are already guaranteed? Because it takes time.
We are not looking for grants and loans as a county. We have decided with the county assembly for the first 2 years we're going to utilize what we have first so that we can actually learn our shortcomings. You can run for money without realizing that you do not need it. So that when we're asking for money from outside, after 2 years, we've already fixed all our processes. So first of all, we're not looking for grants or sovereign. No, we don't. I don't want to indebt my people of Machakos.
Yes.
At all. If you come to Machakos today,
we're
every
on extra
county,
time, so let's just use
if you come to Machakos and look around, you'll see the work that is going on. You'll see the roads that are being built. You'll see the boreholes that are being dug. You'll see the hospitals that are actually
within the resources available.
Within the resources available. You have to live within your means. That is what I'm saying. It is important. You know, when you talk about 40 tractors, they're actually on the ground as we speak. When you talk about silos, they're actually being
this city which you have drawn here.
Yes.
If I go there now, what will I see?
You'll see grass.
So when do you start the first building coming?
We want to start as soon as possible. We work with the National Land Commission in terms of land allocation, land planning. We are finalizing our urban planning, some of those things that we are doing. So we expect work to start early next year.
Okay, this from Benedict in Nairobi. Hi, Governor Mutua. We're very, very proud of you, sir. Please go ahead and give us a Dubai in Machakos. Do not be distracted by noisy, busy bodies. I can't wait to see the city being built. And then this, because of course you've talked about Macha Wood, this Machakos as an entertainment center. And so happy for you, Alfred. I talk on behalf of Creative Arts. The Kamba Wood Carvers, Actors, Musicians Plus. What plans for them? How about trees? And that came from Elkanah in Nairobi.
Macha Wood, I'm glad that that has come up. I see he's actually set up straight because he's in the entertainment industry. We've formed a board called the Machakos Entertainment Center for Film, Media, Music, and the Arts. This is to support, actually, it's a zone to support the growth of the arts, including some of the wood carvings coming from Wamuno. the home of Mulu Mutisia, where we've started revamping. The issue of carvings is not just about carving. It's about creating a market for the carvings and actually tweaking them, because the carvings that we have today are the same ones we had 100 years ago. We need to tweak them, expand them, create new markets and all that. So what we're doing is we're looking at the different resources we have. We have good artists, we have good musicians, we have abilities, and so you put 20% that will give you 80%. So when you look at utilization of money, we've been asking ourselves, okay, where can we plug in little money and get a bigger harvest? Okay. That's how we look at it in everything that we're doing.
A couple of our viewers, Doctor, you're a real model manager. Hope Siaya people are watching. That came from Eddie in Jabondo. Another, have a seat with the senator and advise him on leadership. I salute that son of Kenya. I've seen the stadium being put up in 6 weeks. Anything is possible if we work hard together. Kudos, you're the only governor who's kept greed of money behind and is serving his people. God bless you. That came from A1Jiko in Laikipia East. Dr. Mutua, keep it up. Show the way for others. For instance, Migori and Korea in particular. I'm Robbie from Korea. So, of course, there are people watching this, and there's one actually who asked whether they could borrow you for about 6 months. What happens when you meet your fellow governors in your governor's council? How do you exchange ideas?
We exchange ideas, and a lot of governors are